Hey guys, it's with Texas Galtreasures, and we are here for another merch talk. We have got Joe and Jeff, and we've got a special guest, Jewel Tolentino. Is that right? Make some
Yeah, you got it.
So say hey guys.
Hey.
Hey, what's up? What's going on with everybody?
And I always forget to do this, and I wait till the end. So why don't we share where everybody can find each other, so that way if you're watching and you don't watch all the way to the end, you know where to find everybody. So Joe, where can everybody find you?
You can find me in Oklahoma on, I'm just joking. You can find me on Merch University Facebook group, Merch by Amazon Facebook group. Our Merch Minds, I'm on there all the time. So yeah.
And then Jeff, where can everyone find you?
Well, I have a YouTube channel, which I'll just put my link in the chat. It's easier. Facebook, I don't have any groups really, except for my products. And I have my selling website, which I don't know if you want me to get out here. That's it.
Okay. And then we have Jewel with us today. And
Hey
Jewel,
guys.
Yay.
tell everybody where they can find you, and then we'll talk a bit about who you are.
Okay, cool. Well, I've got a YouTube channel with my business partner, and you can just type in my name because our business channel name is called Tolentino Artist, but a lot of people don't know how to spell that. So just type in my name, which is Jewel, and it's same spelling as jewelry. So just type in Jewel and then Tolentino, and you'll find me. I'm in the merch groups as well.
Yeah, and I'll drop a link to your channel down in the description after the show. I didn't get to.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Tell us a little bit about who you are and how you got started on merch.
Okay, cool. So my name is Jewel, and I'm from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. And I got started on merch 2016 in January is when I got approved. But I applied in November, so 2 months before. And it took about 2.5 months to get approved. And when I got approved, I was really excited. And it was just me doing it at the time. It wasn't my business partner or the other person that we're working with. And I created a shirt from my favorite quote, which is "Think outside the box." And it was the word "think," and there was this box, and it was outside the box. It was like a play on words type thing. And I created it, and mainly my friends and family bought the shirt. And then I created one shirt, and then that was it, and had like 6 sales. And then I was wondering, whoa, why aren't there more sales? Isn't it supposed to just fly off after that? So because I had one design and that was it. And I kind of let it die down. I guess I stopped for a little bit. And then in the merch groups, I was part of Chris Green's merch group, where there's a whole bunch of people in there, and they were all posting their success stories. And I was like, whoa, okay, there's a lot of people having success who have never been in business before, who have never done this type of thing before. And it inspired me to get back in the game. And so I approached my business partner and a friend from high school, and I said, hey, you want to do this Merch by Amazon thing together? I think we can make it work. I think we can figure it out. And so in May is when we started up again as the three of us. We call ourselves the Dream Team. And, we just started coming up with designs, totally new, just whatever we thought would look good on a shirt, we just thought of. And then the next month in June, we made our first 2 sales, 2 Father's Day shirts, like a pizza on it, and it had like the word dad or something on it.
Yeah.
And then those first 2 sales like sparked something in us, and we're like, okay, this is real. We can really do something. And then in July, we had like 9 sales in a week, and we were like over the moon about that. And since then, we meet up once or twice a week, come up with designs. And we've been doing this part-time because our other business partner, she has a full-time job. She's a 911 operator. And then me and my business partner, we run our YouTube channel and our business. So we do merch part-time on the side, and it's been growing and growing steadily to the point where we have daily sales now. And surprisingly, we're doing like we never thought we'd get to the 500 tier and the 100 tier on both of our accounts. So we went
Wow.
from 0 to the 500 tier, which was like so far when we started. So
Yeah.
that's where we're at now. And I think on average, we're like at 5 to 9 sales per day.
That's good.
And we meet up once a week. So that's pretty much how it goes right now.
Cool. Awesome.
What do y'all do when y'all meet up once a week? What do y'all talk about merch? What do y'all try
All
to
right, so
discuss?
yeah, we usually meet up in downtown Vancouver at one of our friends' houses, and then we come up with designs. So we come up with the ideas, and each of us plays a role in how we get our shirts up. It's kind of like a little bit of a factory going on. So we all come up with ideas. That's the three of us, and then when we decide, okay, that one's going to get made, we decide either I'm going to make it or my business partner Arif is going to make it or our Upwork designers are going to make it. From there, once a design is made, it gets handed off to Maria, who is the text girl. She does all the titles and the bullet points, just strictly her. And we have a spreadsheet, and she just, whenever a design is made, they all just go in there. And then when she lets me know they're done, I go in, take the design, take the text, and just copy and paste and put them up and put them in saved drafts and then make them live whenever it's available for the day. Okay. So that's pretty much what we do each time. It's kind of like a system now, but before it was kind of all over the place. We didn't really know what we were doing, kind of found our way along the way.
Awesome. So I listened to your merch when you were on Merch Minds with Glenn and Yang. I think it was episode 24. So if you guys are watching later and you want to go back and listen to it, she's on Merch Minds podcast. And you talked a bit about, okay, so I know in Canada, right now merch is just in the US, right? So did you have to get an address like in the US to be able to have this?
To start up?
Yeah.
No, the cool thing is with this, you can, like for us, for Canadians, we just use our Canadian addresses. So my address and my business partner's address and our Canadian bank accounts. So there was no trying to use US addresses. I mean, when we want to try out the shirts and test them out to see the design, we do have a US address because we live near the border. We live 20 minutes away from the border from Washington. Right. So if I want to see a design, I can just go across the border, pick up the shirts. But other than that, that's the only thing that we need a US address for. Everything else is Canadian.
Yeah. Oh, that's handy. That's handy.
Yeah. And they convert the US dollars into Canadian, which is exciting for Canadians because your dollar is way more than ours. So when we get paid, it's quite exciting when it gets converted to Canadian, like way more.
What's the conversion? So if you get paid $10 or $7 a shirt, how much do you make? $10?
Yeah, around there. I think your dollar's like for $1.20 something, close to $1.30 is $1 Canadian dollar for you.
Oh, cool.
All right.
Yeah, so it's more for us when we go to the States.
That's awesome.
Okay, so we'll talk a little bit more about some of your design. Like I wanted to talk to you about one of the ways you promoted, and then also the way you hired your designers, because I listened to that on the podcast. But before we jump into more, I wanted to talk with the guys and you about what's been going on this week in merch. So you guys, I teared up. I'm just going to start off with that.
Oh, nice.
I teared up. I'm on the 1,000th tier now.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah. So
did I. So did I. I'm at 500 now. So.
That's cool.
You guys suck.
Hey, I waited 6 months.
I'm still at 500.
That's cool. It's cool.
Yeah.
How about, and Jewel, how did did you guys move up any on either of your accounts or not yet?
When I was on the podcast with Glenn and Yang, our second account got tiered to 100 from 25, but we had been tiered up to 500 like for about a month now.
Yeah.
And it's like when you get tiered up to 100 to 500, it's like, whoa, it's such a huge jump.
Yeah.
And to fill those spaces.
Yes.
I was like so excited.
I know.
I have a funny story. Okay, so April 1st, you know, April Fool's Day. Y'all probably know the joke. On April 1st, on all my merch groups, I put, hey, I cheered up to 500. And everybody was like, oh, all excited for me and stuff. And then at the end of the day, I'm like, okay, I was just joking, guys. April Fool's. April 2nd, I get tiered up to 500. And so
He's like,
it was like,
that's awesome.
hey, I got tiered up. And I was like, I was like, for real, I made it. And I showed a picture.
Now everyone thinks you're joking.
I know.
Yep.
So.
Yep. So
That's awesome.
how many uploads do you have a day now, Joe?
I had 10 for like 2 days, but now I only have 5.
Yeah.
So.
It's been going up and down. Like it changes like every 2 days now.
Okay.
Well, and then I
That's
was
weird.
15, and then it dropped down to 10. But I noticed, I figured there was something going on yesterday, wonky with whenever they're making updates, like weird things happen. I was able to upload 16 clips yesterday because I just keep going until it says no.
What?
Yeah. So I just,
Wow.
Yeah, there's glitches some days. There's definitely
so like,
glitches.
that's what I do. So now I'm like, I make sure I have a bunch, like I did my 10, but I put a bunch more in draft because randomly there'll be like this little weird window that opens up that you're like, okay, 2 more, you know, I just want to have them ready to go. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always
I
have
just
them on
noticed mine
hand.
dropped down to 5. I was at 10 yesterday.
have you been uploading every day, Jeff?
But I only upload 2 a day, so what's the point?
Yeah.
Other things to do.
I uploaded about 30 already, so I'm excited.
Yeah. So how have sales been, you guys, this week?
Pretty good. I couldn't
This week?
decide on the weekend. I had 1 or 2 days with nothing, but then I've had 5 a day since. So I just had a sale this past hour. I didn't notice. But it's been a group of the same 8 or 10 T-shirts, you know. And I broke the 50 mark. I now have 52 shirts up. So,
Awesome.
Nice.
Did you have a bunch pulled down? I had a bunch pulled down.
yeah, I have a bunch of ones I need to reload. So if I get off my butt and get those reloaded, I'll be back over 60. But
Do you reload them as is, or do you tweak them or change the text or anything?
most of the time, I'll reload as is. I always tweak the text because I never copy it down somewhere. I always forget. And so I have to redo it from scratch. There's one T-shirt this week that I redesigned before I reloaded, just to give it a more punch because it was just words and I didn't like it. So I gave it a little more punch and we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm gonna check.
Cool.
So how about you, Joe? How were your sales this week?
I think I have like I've been averaging like 25 sales a week, so
That's good.
that's what I've been doing so far. But hopefully I'll bump up now. Hopefully I'll jump up to like 100 sales a week.
That'd
Hey,
be awesome.
right?
That's my goal.
And what do you?
Yeah. So if I'm going from 25 at 100, so if at 500, so everything should go 5 times more. So
Yeah, you would think.
yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you were listening to Glenn and Young. They were talking about that, and Glenn's like he's still kind of averaging the same amount every month, right? And he's trying to get it up. Not it, but like his numbers.
Yeah.
And then,
I don't get it.
So it's kind of flatlining
Yes.
right now.
yeah, and he's like
For
Young
him,
making about half of what he's making, but on a much.
with 1,000, yeah. And then he's at, I think he has like 2,300 shirts and 8,000 level and
Whoa.
100 shirt uploads a day. And
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Well,
Yeah.
I really I mean, when Jewel was talking about her story, I really identified with that, like starting out and just kind of like playing at it. And then when you start seeing all these people's big numbers coming, you're like, I can do this. Like, yeah. And I kept pushing my friends, like, no, if you're in, you can, if you trust me, I can do it. You can do it. So
For
anyway,
sure.
I was listening to you when you were on Merch Minds. Oh, you know what? I forgot to say hi in the chat. I'll come back to that 1 second. And if you have any questions in the chat, I don't want to ignore the people in the chat real fast. If you have any questions, drop them in the chat. But I see Henry's there. Sorry, guys. Henry
all right.
and Rita. Hi, Harley Woman and Janet. I see Joe is there. And Jill and Carol. Hi, Lindsay. And Thrift Shop Hustler. Hello. Okay, so, oh wait, did I miss Richard? No, I got Richard. Okay, so I was listening.
Richard.
Sorry, go ahead, Joe.
I was saying what's up to Richard.
Oh, okay. I was listening to you when you were on Merch Minds, and I liked the way, like, you guys are really, you and your business partners are really methodical about the way you go about, like, when you hired your designers, and also when you did the FameBit thing. So do you mind talking a bit about how you hired your designers on Upwork? That's what it is, right?
Sure. Yeah. So we currently have 2 designers from Upwork, and we really wanted to, like, communication is very important for us as a team. So when we were going on Upwork, we did a whole like process, and how it started was we created like a job ad for people to apply to on Upwork. And we put some specific things in there. So things like no copying, allowed absolutely no copyright. You need to know how to speak English. You need to know how to communicate. You need to have good reviews on Upwork. And you need to be active. And those are some of the things. In the YouTube video, I go into a lot more detail, but those are some of the general things that we're looking for. And we literally got like hundreds and hundreds of people apply for this position. We said it was $3 per design, and that we would be doing like a lot of designs. So that's why it's like a lower amount, but you know, it's going to be a constant basis of work.
Right.
So we went through all the applicants and we weeded it down. Like my business partner did all this stuff because she likes doing this kind of stuff. But we weeded it down to like 10 or so Upwork people, and we scheduled interviews on Skype because we wanted to see how they communicated. And so when we were on Skype, and they were like 15-minute interviews, like one after the other, she did them one after the other. So it was like a couple of hours, like maybe 3 hours of just back-to-back 15-minute interviews.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so in the interviews, she would ask the same questions and give them the same design. I can't remember what the exact design, but it was something like a cat or a dog wearing a t-shirt of the other animal. And we said, explain to us in words how you would make this t-shirt. And this would show us their communication skills, how well they could type, how well they could speak. And from there, we weeded it down to 3 right away. Like we did it down to 2 or 3. The other person didn't respond, so we had to cut them off. And then it was down to the final 2. And then we gave each of them 5 designs, the same designs. And we said, make your best, however many versions, show us what you can do graphically, design-wise, no copying. They submitted a bunch of designs. We looked them over as a team, and we liked them. We liked each of them had different style. One of them was more cartoony and cute stuff, and one of them could create more realistic and more dramatic type stuff. So we went with both of them. We said we want both types of designs. So we hired both, and we currently still use them now. And we told them, we said, you both made it, and they knew the whole process of what was happening, so there was no surprises. Right. So we said, you're both hired. They were cool with it. They loved it. They had no problems. They still loved working with us. And yeah, that's pretty much the whole process in a nutshell.
Cool. So were they both US based, or were they based outside? Well, you're not even in the US, so.
Yeah. One of them's from the Philippines and the other one's from Malaysia.
Okay, cool. That's nice. And then so you can say, like, this is the thing, like I tried using what was the other one? Fiverr. I had such a bad experience. I mean, and so that I haven't really tried. I think I had Treasure No make a couple designs for me because I was like, I know I can talk to him and he'll you know what I mean? So he would know what I would need, right? And so I never did that again because I think you guys were smart and did like a whole process. I just kind of, they didn't quite understand what I was asking for.
It's hard. Yeah, it's hard sometimes when there's a language barrier, and like even if there isn't a language barrier, what you're trying to think of and then what they need to understand from you, the communication, it's kind of hard. They need to get a feel for you, definitely.
And then like I even took an image, like I want it in this style, right? And sent them like like this is the style I'm looking for. They took that and like changed that. I was like, no.
That's exactly what they did to me too.
No.
I told them I like your style that you show in your sample, but I need this subject. So I sent them a copy of one of my decals, and they took my decal and just changed it up a little bit. You know, same graphics, same words, and I still haven't done anything with it. I just said, "Oh, okay, here, thanks." And I have it buried somewhere.
Yeah. You definitely need to play around with the designers and get one that really connects and understands with you. It's very important that they understand your way of doing things.
That was.
Would you say it
was a language
barrier? Would you say that it's helped you, or the designs, or would you say like when you're first starting, or you're to go find designs, or was it better, do you think, to make your own designs and try that first? What would you say? I mean, compared to like how they sell too, you know.
It depends solely on the type of person. So we knew basic Photoshop and basic creative stuff on design wise. It depends on you as a person. If you want to learn that kind of stuff, I know there's people who just want to just hand it off. So it really depends. If you know how to do that kind of stuff, I would suggest that you don't hire right away. Cut costs down. So that, and it also if you enjoy designing, then I would say that.
Margaret, you're echoing.
Me?
Yeah, that's why it was kind of hard to talk.
Let me turn it down a bit. Okay, and I don't have my earbuds with me either. Okay, is it still there?
Yeah.
Let me try. Yeah, it's there. It's still there.
It was fine while ago.
This happened yesterday too, so I'll just.
Margaret, go get your earbuds.
Dude, they're in the car.
Okay, fine. We'll keep the interview
Turn it
going.
down.
I'll keep talking.
Okay, golly. She's like, they're in the car. I'm like, just go get them. They're outside.
I know it's hard to speak when you hear yourself bouncing back.
Yeah. So out of the designs that you guys made and the designs that your designers made, who do you think have sold more?
Ours have sold more.
Really?
Yeah, I did a tally of February, and I'd say 70% of the sales are our designs. And I didn't even realize this until someone in one of our YouTube videos asked that as a question. Okay. Which designs sell more, yours or the designers? I was like, oh, I actually don't know. So I went and did a tally, and it was ours, surprisingly. Wow. Yeah. I don't know. We keep things basic, like really basic, because the designers do more of the harder stuff. That's why if we can't do it, then we hand it over to them.
I just checked mine, and I have 5 sellers in the past 7 days have made all the sales. 3 of the shirts I did all on my own, and 2 were designs I bought. So same thing. Yeah. My designs are a little bit better.
That's what I find. I mean, the majority of mine that sell pretty well are very simple.
Yeah.
You know, so Joe, when you were asking earlier in the group, you know, what advice would you give to new people that are new to this? I just said keep it simple. Like, don't try to get all fancy, because yeah. And I think Glenn and Yang were talking about that. I don't keep talking about them, but they were talking about that on one of their recent ones that Yang would like spend in the beginning like 2 hours creating this elaborate shirt.
Yeah.
That he would put up and it never sold, you know?
Yeah, you gotta just keep it very basic, because what you think will sell will actually surprise you. And in the very beginning, we were just thinking of funny words like to put on a shirt, like just basic words. And we're having a conversation, and I said the word, I just kept saying yup for some reason, just because that's what was happening in the conversation. And then someone else said, hey, that's a t-shirt. And I was like, what? And then so we just said yup, like YUP, capital letters, period. And that shirt has sold like more than 20 times.
Nice.
Like basic font. And that was like one of the first shirts we made, because we didn't really know what we were doing. But just, keep it basic. Don't overcomplicate things.
Absolutely. Yeah. Is the echo still there?
No, we're good. You're good.
Okay.
So while we're at,
we're gonna do a GoFundMe. Oh, forget he doesn't have any earbuds. Okay. Okay.
Since
and hi, Karen. Sorry.
Who? Hey, since we're speaking about design, yesterday I just heard of a new product called makemerch.com or make-merch.com.
Yeah.
Anyways, I signed up for it. It's this guy named Dan. Dan Ostroff. He's the one that made that program. Anyways, Chris Green was promoting it or whatever. So I was talking to him about it, and I actually just signed up and I watched the video, and just that program. If you're not a designer, it's $20 a month. But if you're not a designer, that program makes it so simple to make designs. I mean, I've already made like 10 designs. I've already been on there. They give you all the graphics that they find all the free commercial graphics you can use. So you can use all their graphics, but not only that, but you can change the color of the graphic. So if you're like, oh, well, what if somebody uses that cat? What if I come and use that cat? They have all these filters that you could change that will make like a dog look like 70 different ways, just because they have all these filters on it. Yeah, I sent you that thing. And so
what I want you to like isolate one of those cats, the one with the polka dots, right? Because it has like just grab one of those cats and like cat lady.
Yeah, you could do so that one I sent her had polka dots on it, but you could make it a yellow cat or just solid cat colors, or you can make it with all these polka dots or hearts. Or it was a cool program. If you're brand new, I'd recommend checking that out. We could put the link below. But I was talking to Dan, the creator, about it, and it's just a cool program. It's in beta right now, but they're still working everything out, adding everything.
Yeah, we need to hook up with him, and then maybe
see if we can get him on next week or something.
That'd be good.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's a cool program.
I want to play with it. Dan, if you're watching, send me a trial link to play with it. Yeah, right.
The cool thing with merch is that you can do this a million different ways. Like, there's not only one way. Like, you can be a designer, not a designer. You can use Photoshop, not Photoshop. Use Canva, use this, use that. Like, you find your way, and that's what I really like about it. Even with promoting, you can promote or not promote. You can be analytical, like Jacob Topping is, or like us, we're pretty passive. We don't do any research at all, to be honest. And we just kind of just think of ideas that we think would be cool and funny that we would buy. A lot of the times we're like, yeah, I would buy this, and we just put it on the shirt.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's the thing too, because I'm not a designer, and I do most of my designs on PicMonkey, and I've made it work. I know it's probably better if I were to use Illustrator or things like that, but I don't. So okay, so yeah, exactly. Okay, but there's a couple questions in the chat, and then I wanted to talk to you about the FameBit thing that you did, because that was just an eye-opener for me. So Richard B needs 99 cents so he can go get some earbuds. And Jessica asked, how does one get into merch in the UK? Well, some of the guys, like I know Ads Robinson and Darren Smart they just applied to the normal US one, and they've gotten in. So yeah, I
think it's open to international. Like, as long as your bank account connects, which most countries do, it should be fine.
And then Yvonne asks, has anyone tried the giveaway promo? I don't know what that is.
Like giving away to get reviews, like private labeling?
It's a sweepstakes. Yeah, it's not for reviews or anything. But when you get a shirt, and I forget the actual process, you can click a button, and at the bottom there will be, a giveaway. You pay for the shirt ahead of time, and then you tweet it out, and people can retweet it.
Like a contest?
And it's just like a way to promote.
On merch?
On merch, yeah.
Well, I haven't seen that yet.
I have to see if I can find it again.
Have you tried it, Jeff? Is that what you said?
I haven't tried it yet. I've researched it, and I was ready to do it, but I hate spending money, so I didn't pull the trigger, because you have to buy the shirt.
Okay, so do any of you have a shirt for your channel? Like, Jeff, do you have like a Cross Frog shirt, or Joe?
No, I should make one though.
Do you guys, Jewel, do y'all have one, like a promotional type shirt for your channel?
No, we don't.
Yeah,
we've been thinking about it. We've been thinking about it for sure. But no, we don't have one as of yet.
Me either. That's why I'm like, what would I don't know. I'm like, I don't even know what I would put.
The way
Margaret, you never talked about your numbers.
Did I not? Oh.
No. You want to hear Margaret's numbers.
Okay, so oh brother. So for the last, let's see, week. That's not that much. So yeah, I've sold, generally between 3 and 4 shirts a day. One day I had like 6 shirt sales. So, but in this month already, I've had, let's see, as of today, 8, 13, 16 sales in 4 days. So that's not bad.
Good.
I've already, I'm like, oh, in 4 days I've already breached the $105. So
Yeah.
it's getting good. It's slowly.
That's awesome. Daily sales are a good thing.
Yeah, and I only had one day I need to do my first, I was going to do a video of like my first quarter instead of every month or whatever, but I only had one day with no sales last month. So that was
Real
good.
quick.
Yeah, there are those random days where you just get nothing. And you're just like, what?
I was gonna say real quick, for the giveaway, what you do is you go to one of your shirts, you have to select a color and then select a size that you're gonna give away. When you scroll down, you'll see a section says set up Amazon giveaway. And then you can click the button, set up giveaway, and then you can do a sweepstakes, random instant win. That'd be a lot of t-shirts. So I recommend only doing the sweepstakes, so you're only giving away one shirt. And you can select the number of prizes.
Is this within Amazon? Like within merch?
Yeah, it's within Amazon.
Really? Wow, thanks, Yvonne.
What?
So,
Your
so
audience.
how do you know? Like, I want to go enter these giveaways. Like, how does that work?
That'd be cool to try out.
Well, you can tweet it. You can do a YouTube. You can actually ask your audience to do something in order to enter it. So, like to follow you on Amazon, follow you on Twitter, tweet a message, watch you on YouTube. So it's a way to build an audience.
But what if the shirt, like you have to choose the shirt size, but what if it doesn't fit the winner? Does it matter?
That's what they get.
Sorry,
Just choose
suckers.
a generic size.
It's free. It's free.
No.
You're buying the shirt.
That's true. That's true. Okay.
You can make your giveaway public, allowing Amazon to make this giveaway discoverable to other Amazon customers. So you have to find out a way so you can enter.
Huh.
That's interesting.
It might be fun just to try it out, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to try it out. But it's a way to get, like I said, mainly you're going to get, if you use the requirements, to get followers on your YouTube or your Twitter. And then when people start following you on those and you're tweeting your shirts every day, they'll start seeing other shirts they may like. So that's the theory behind it.
That's true. I like it. I'm going to try it. Thanks, Yvonne. Okay, I forgot what we were talking about before that, though.
Hey, one thing, Jewel, I saw you. You said you mentioned Jacob Topping. He's from Canada. He's on his little merch tour right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He actually stopped by my city on Sunday in Oklahoma and Shawnee.
Awesome.
So me and him it was funny because I was telling him, I was like, I'm waiting for you, man. So when you got here, I said, I'm out in my car. And I saw him looking in everybody's car. Like, I don't know why. He was talking to random people and he thought they were me. It was so funny. That he was him and his wife. His wife was like at the front of the restaurant. And he was kind of looking around. He didn't see me. I got out of my car and I ran like right behind him. I just grabbed him. It was so funny. So,
That's awesome.
I've never met him before. We had like a 2-hour conversation and we probably could have had a 10-hour conversation. It was so fun talking about merch. So give a shout out to Jacob and Tara if you guys are watching. So I had a great time.
Yeah, we didn't get to meet up with them. We were booked up when they came through, so we didn't get a chance to meet up with them.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun.
But I have a link to his book in the description below, so he's got a lot of good information in there. Okay. Jeff, your kitties. Okay, so I'm gonna go to a couple more questions, and then I want to make sure we have enough time to talk about the FameBit thing. Okay,
Sure, yeah.
So Richard asks, what do you guys like for keyword tools?
I don't use them.
You don't put it in
don't use them.
keywords?
I put keywords in my description, but I don't use a keyword tool, and I don't do research beforehand with one.
How about you, Joe?
I kind of find like popular t-shirts that I'm going to make, and then I kind of see what the best sellers use and kind of go off of that for reference and stuff. So
What do you use, Joe?
The other partner that we have, Maria, she doesn't use any tools as of yet. We're playing around with Merch Informer right now. but we haven't fully implemented it. But how she does it is she basically goes to merchresearch.com or just amazon.com, types in the word that it is generally, like cats or dogs wearing sunglasses or something like that. And then she picks and chooses which words to use. And she had zero experience, didn't know what SEO was, didn't know what keywords, tags, like anything like that. I let her read a blog post by Neil from Merch Informer about how to do like titling and how he does it in a basic way without using any software. She read that post, and now she's obviously killing it because we're making sales. So she's the only one who touches the text. And I know that our shirts are being found from how she's titling and how she's doing the bullet points.
Huh.
So it's from this blog post from Neil from Merch Informer. He goes in, he writes amazing blog posts, goes into so much detail. He did an example with a cat, like a Halloween cat or something, on how to really niche it down. And his strategy is to go after shirts that sell 1 to 2 a month rather than the majority, because everyone's trying to go after the majority. So he's going after the ones that are the smaller bites and do it that way. And we have done that strategy, and it's been working for us. So we don't actually go towards what everyone else is going towards.
Yeah.
Because everyone else is going towards that. So yeah, that's what he explains in his post, and that's pretty much what we've followed since reading that.
I think I've read that before. It's really good. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up. I'm saving it on the desktop right now so I can drop it in the description later. I just pulled it up so I could.
It's really good.
How do you do yours? How do
Me?
you do your research? Yeah.
I don't use any like programs or anything. I mean, I'll use Merch Research, and just let's say I'm doing, like you say, a cat shirt. Oh, we forgot to talk about our camping shirts. Dang it. Okay, next time. So we I was making one of our camping shirts, okay, that we were going to do this contest with. So I was looking at niching it down because I looked in and saw how many camping shirts there were. And so I decided to do something with camping with pets. And just from there, selected the shirts that were selling and looked at what kind of descriptions they put. And then I did like a Google search, camping with pets, terminology, and just try to find like words that people that do camp with pets, what kind of things that they talk about, what kind of vocabulary they use, and add that into my descriptions.
Yeah, it's not rocket science. Definitely not. Like, you just need to you just try and think of like a customer. Like, what would a regular person type in to get to your shirt? How would they find that? And that's pretty much how we try and be thinking like a customer. Yeah.
And when I was talking to Karen, who was watching yesterday night about one of her shirts, and I was like, you might think about putting this in your description, because when I don't want to give away what her shirt said, but when I say what your shirt says, this is what's going on in my mind, So, yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. All right, let's go into FameBit. I want to hear about this.
Okay.
All right. I know ever since I mentioned it, I've been getting like so many messages, and people are like, what is FameBit and how did you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Go.
So FameBit. Okay. FameBit is a website for content creators to basically get people who want to pay them to promote their stuff. So let's say, like advertisers, like big advertisers like Nike and whatever, they need people who have strong social followings, so they would go on a website like FameBit. Now, I was on FameBit as a content creator, but I never did anything with it because we have like almost 6,000 subscribers, and it was the numbers were a little bit low because most people want like higher numbers. But so I was trying to think outside the box. It was November, and it was coming up Q4, and I've done eBay, Amazon, and Craigslist, so I know Q4 is the big time for selling e-commerce, which is an exciting time. So I was trying to think outside the box. How can we promote our t-shirts? And I didn't want to do Facebook ads because I personally don't know too much about it, and I'm not really that into it. We posted in a couple of Facebook groups like the free method. We sold a couple of shirts that way, but it's very tedious to sign up for groups and to go and post.
Right.
And
You don't be spammy, right?
yeah, and then also you don't want to post too much because then you'll get blocked by Facebook, and then you get like a ton of notifications when you add so many groups, and it's just not really ideal for us. So I was just researching methods, and then honestly, the idea just popped into my head, and I said, FameBit, because I'm a YouTuber, you're a YouTuber, I watch a lot of YouTubers, so I was like, imagine if a YouTuber was wearing our shirt. And so we went on FameBit, and just like on Upwork, we created like an ad where people could apply, and on FameBit, you can be a YouTuber, Instagrammer, Tweeter, Facebook person, but it started off with YouTube, I think, and you can apply. So people were applying to our job description. We said we have one Christmas t-shirt that has a Christmas movie on it, and we want to promote this shirt. Let us know your numbers. How are you going to promote it? And, give us your bid. So like they give you the number that they would do it for, like the amount of money they're willing to receive for it. And it was crazy. It exploded. It was a popular Christmas movie t-shirt, and we got hundreds and hundreds of applicants, and this time it was me going through everything. And so I went through all the people, and I mean, you can just get rid of the people that don't meet your criteria right away. But it was definitely quite the process, 2 or 3 days of just going through, and I actually had to stop receiving applicants because it was just endless applicants that were coming. So
what were you looking for? I was
looking for a perfect match. I didn't know it right away, but I didn't know what kind of channel I wanted until I saw it. But I was looking for something that really like lined up with the match. So I wanted someone to do a Christmas type video because it was Christmas time, something around the movie. And I was open to the type of channel at first. So they could have been any type of channel. But then when I saw there's this one guy, he was a movie review channel. So he reviews all the box office movies that come out. He had about 200,000 to 300,000 subscribers. And I was like, that's a lot.
Yeah.
And when you do movie reviews, it's like viral content, because when the movies come out, he does the review right away. So his videos would get minimum 30 to 50,000 views, and then they'd go up into the millions depending on whatever movie he's reviewing.
Wow.
So definitely he has the eyes and he has the subscribers. So when I saw a movie review channel, it like clicked. I was like, this person is the one. I don't even know how much he's bidding. I want him. I want him to promote our shirts. And so initially going into it, we had only wanted to spend $100 or less, as less as possible, because we're actually not the type to spend a bunch on ads. We're so far we've done everything free and we like it that way, and we're not much into spending ads. But for this type of thing, we wanted to try it out. We definitely took a risk for sure. And he offered to do it for $200 US, which is like 300 something Canadian. And he said, okay, I'll do it. I'll wear the t-shirt. I will point to it. I will mention it within the first minute or so of the video. I will point to it's very important that they point and say, buy the t-shirt in the description below. Gives the viewer a call to action. And then the link would be in the top fold of the description before you click like see more.
Yeah.
You want it on the top.
Mm-hmm.
It up there. And so he was offering the works basically, and we talked it over, and my other two business partners were a little bit hesitant at first, but we we're like, okay, how much money have we made so far? And I think at the time we had made more than $500 US, and we were getting like 10 to 12 daily sales because it was Christmas time, so there was like a lot of sales happening. So that also helped that we were making these daily sales, because then they're like, okay, we're doing really well right now. Let's just go all in, push all the chips in. Let's just try it out. So we had to buy a t-shirt and mail it off to him. And he received the t-shirt. We were communicating back and forth. There's like a chat function that he says, okay, I've received the t-shirt. I'm going to create the video. And then we're like, we're like anticipating, getting really excited. And he shows us the video. I'm over the moon about it. I'm totally excited because this guy gets a lot of views per video. He's a popular reviewer, goes live. And within minutes, this person has like thousands and thousands of views, comments, likes, people saying they like the t-shirt. And I pretty much stayed up all night, like refreshing his video, because I was like, it is crazy when you see the amount of traffic that these, major YouTubers have. And, the sales started to come in. I think it took about like a 2.5 week time period up until it just got taken down, because it was like a copyright thing. And it was the time when Merch by Amazon was like taking all those shirts down and just like they were just going through and slashing everyone. So it went up until like December 20th, December 19th, and we did about $1,000 or so in like the profits, like commissions or whatever from Amazon. And then it cost us like $225, well, maybe $240 plus the t-shirt cost. And then the rest was profit for us. So our main goal was to break even. We just wanted to break even and just potentially get some sales to boost it up during that time so that other organic traffic would happen. So that was our main goal, was to just get break even. And, we went into it saying, okay, what's the worst that could happen? Worst that could happen is we lose this money. We have a learning experience and we move on, and that's it. So we're like, that's the worst that could happen. Let's do it. So we did it, and fortunately it worked out for us. And I think, it had to, like in the video that I explained that you watched, it has to match up. Like YouTuber viewers are so particular. And if you try and sell to them and they just think you're just selling for the sake of selling, they will not like it and they'll rip you apart in the comments. But this worked because he reviews movies. It was a movie review t-shirt. It was a popular Christmas movie that he had already talked about previously. He said that he talks about this movie all the time because it's one of his favorites. So it's not like his audience would be surprised. And so they expected this from him. So when he wore the t-shirt and pointed down below, like the people loved it. They were okay with it. It wasn't like spammy to them.
Wow,
and that's like
cool.
One of the main things is you can't be spammy on YouTube.
So would you do it again?
I would do it again, but I think I would do it again during Christmas time, because I think that really, really helped that it was during Q4. I think that's when we would do it again.
I want to do it. I want to try it.
You want to wear one of my shirts?
Me? Or Jewel?
No, you.
No, wear one of your shirts. This is Jeff's shirt. I will wear it on the next merch talk. I don't wear a lot of t-shirts, I gotta be honest, but I have a couple.
I forgot. I can't find them anymore. They're lost in the laundry.
But I was thinking that like we really ought to order some of our shirts to wear on the show, right?
Yeah.
3 or 4.
I saw Prof Sales and Karen the other day were wearing some Prof Math shirts and that they made. So it's a smart thing to do. It's smart.
Hey, let's talk about our little contest we have real quick.
Okay.
Go for it, Mert. Go for it.
Hey!
It's all you.
You said. I just want to say I'm going to try the FameBit thing before we jump to that, because I've been because I do FameBit. I've done I think 3. We were talking before. Jewel, she was asking how many I did. I was like, oh, let's see, 1, 2, maybe. And, oh yeah, there's one more. So yeah, I've done FameBit videos. Like I did one for a Virage sale, and that was the key, right? It was a good fit for the channel because I use Virage sale for my reselling. There were a couple others earlier on on the channel. I did a lot more, like I did some cooking videos and things. So at that time, it still kind of fit in. I don't do as many things like that right now, but I'm going to try it. Now I've got to go on there and see. I may have to, if you don't mind, Jewel, like pick your brain. Like, am I doing this right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, cool.
Feel free to message me.
Okay. So last week talked about doing a contest, right, Joe? And we're going to ask everybody like what we should make a shirt about to sell. And do you have yours to screen share, Joe? What your shirt is?
I don't. Can I screen share it?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I can look it up. Yeah, let me find it real quick.
And Jeff, did you make one or no?
I guess I did.
What? Did you make a camping?
What?
It could be camping.
Okay. And what are we supposed to be doing? What's the contest? Like, we're gonna see who can.
It's just to see every week, like who can get the most sales. Kind of like they could just follow us to see. Every week we'll see like did our shirt sell. You know, we'll just keep it going. You know. So,
I have to tell. So I just created my shirts this week, right? And here's a don't do. Don't
you already
do
get
this.
a sell.
No. Don't create your shirts and then look up the trademark. Like look up the trademark first, because I did that. I was doing like this whole camping with dogs theme, and like it's a camping with dogs, da 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 da. And then I looked, and camping with dogs for clothing is trademarked. I was like, no.
Really?
Yes.
Hey, I just got a sell. All right.
Was it your
Just
camping
now.
shirt?
Let me see. Let me check. No, it wasn't. It was It was an Easter shirt.
I did like a whole
nice.
theme.
Yeah,
Okay, I'll share with you my theme shirts.
All right, let me go
You gonna
find
do yours?
mine.
Did you only make one? Because I made like 20.
You're supposed to make one.
I like want the most bang for my buck. If I'm
If she made 20 and she uploaded all of them, she's more likely to win because she has more up.
okay, I'll pick one that'll be for the
I
contest.
just made two versions of the one. I made a dark and a light.
Let me find
Maybe
the
I
one.
made. Wait, I did make two. I'm sorry.
Yeah. That's the thing, like the dark with the light with the dark. Okay, I'll pick one of them that I can.
Okay.
Let me pick the best one.
All right.
All right. Do you know how to screen? You gonna screen share first, Joe?
Sure. Let me try it here. Wait. Screen share. All right. Yeah, here it is. Did you see it?
I see it.
Life.
Wait, let me present you. Hang on.
You
It looks
see
good.
See it?
Yeah, that's it.
Looks good.
Cool.
All right. So that's gonna sell. It hasn't sold yet, but it's gonna sell. All right. Now, how do I
Okay.
get out of screen share?
How do you get out of screen share? Oh, one of mine is still in processing.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right. Gosh, it's a gamble. Which one's gonna win? Okay. I'm gonna do this one.
Can you see that shirt still?
I see a Easter bunny shirt.
I just sold that shirt a while ago. My first Easter shirt I've ever sold.
I actually
There it
made
is.
some Easter shirts.
There. So everybody can see. You know, everybody's like, "Oh, I don't want to show my shirts." Blah blah blah. I'm like, whatever. There it is. Who cares? I don't care. I'm just gonna do something and show everybody my shirts. There you go. It's sold. No big deal. I don't care.
No big deal. I share
Big
some of
deal.
mine. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
it doesn't
ready?
bother me. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, you have to unscreen share.
All right. Well, how do I do that?
You click at the top where it says stop screen sharing. Okay, here's mine. And I made like a theme. So this is the Chihuahua one. So it says
All
cute
right.
dogs, and then there's like a little Chihuahua on the inside. But I made some other ones that are like with other dogs, right? Other
Okay.
breeds. So there it is. I changed the camping with dogs to camp with dogs. All right.
I like it. Yeah, it's good.
Okay, let me stop screen sharing. I did the dark on the light and the light on the dark. I did both ways. So
All right. Let's see GIFs.
All right.
yeah. He's a coming. We could have told Jewel and she could have been in on this.
Exactly. She could have had it.
Am I
Something.
showing?
You're showing you.
I am.
I don't see your shirt though.
I click
Oh, no.
screen share.
And then you cut the click on your shirt.
Click screen share. Desktop 2. No. Desktop 1. Oh, I forgot to start screen share.
All right, let's see it.
That should be it.
Oh, there it is. All right.
Oh, make it bigger. I want to see it bigger. Oh, I'm trying. Oh, I like it.
I can't see it. Where is
I
it?
can't see it either.
North, south, east, west, explore. Oh, I like that, Jeff. Man, you put us to shame. Mine's so simple.
No,
Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, okay. It's nice. I see it.
And then I did.
Yeah,
a
that's a camping.
Did you
chair.
make that?
No, I bought the designs, and I bought the elements, and then I pieced them together. I buy
That's cool.
Cool.
vector
It's
design.
very cool shirt. Very cool shirt.
And I got the.
I like it.
Well, I feel like I'm gonna be losing this battle, but we'll see.
No. Yeah.
All right, group. All right, if y'all's on Team Joe, I want y'all to go buy that shirt so we can win next week.
I just
No, see Margaret, go camp. And there's other camp dog shirts. Just saying. That's not the only one.
guys.
So yeah, but when I saw Joe's, because he made his first and shared it with me, and I was like, oh man, I gotta get busy.
Yeah.
I forgot we were in a contest.
All
I was
right.
buying
Maybe we-
vectors, and I saw that vector pack, and I go, "Oh, that's cool." And I got a couple more. I'm getting ready to load up from that vector pack.
What does the winner get? We never talked about like bragging rights.
Yeah, it's gonna be an ongoing every week thing. Just to check. It's gonna be like our numbers, but we'll see how many we.
And I just want to say before we leave, you know that I did that video about, and y'all were teasing me. I don't know if it was y'all that was teasing me. Somebody was teasing me about the bird watching twitching, like the twitching for the weekend. I sold one of those shirts.
I wouldn't tease you.
Oh, that's cool.
I sold one of those. Okay, so are there any more questions in the chat, or are we
I
good?
think that's it.
Lunch.
Yeah, I want to thank Jewel for coming over and talking.
Yeah.
Thanks. I appreciate it, guys. It's great
good.
meeting you.
Yeah, it was really nice to meet you. And I'll drop a link to your channel into the description box after the show. And I'm sure I'll be talking
Cool, I
to you.
appreciate it.
I'll talk to you later about FameBit some more.
Definitely chat it up.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Thanks, everybody.
Okay.
I want to say bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Until next week.
Bye, guys. See you later.
Ugh.